Hey guys, today I thought we would try a fun little project. I thought we would try to make our very own 4-channel prop controller. Now, I've never done this before, so I thought it would be a good idea to bring you guys along and see what's all involved and see how difficult it is and see if it's worth building your own or just going out and buying a pre-built prop controller. So stick around and let's get into it. So a couple months ago, someone posted a link up on Hunter's Hangout about this 4-channel prop controller that you could build for around $20, and really piqued my interest. So followed the link and started poking around. And the name of the website that was linked is this buttonbanger.com. And I did some searching and found that originally it was posted up on the Haunt forum, and it was started by Michael J, named Mike. I don't know Mike's last name, but he is the madman behind this thing, and it's pretty cool. So went to the website here, and if you go over here to 4Banger, and it says a 4-channel prop controller with MP3 audio for about $20. So on this website there's a download that has all the documentation and everything that you need to make this thing. The very first one is the 4Banger shopping list, which you see here, and this looks like it was written like around 2014, and all these parts are still available on eBay. So that's what I did. I went on eBay and I got everything we need, except for that. So all the parts that were listed in here is I ordered off of eBay. They all came from China, and it took about 3 weeks to get everything. I ended up spending probably around $35. There's some parts and pieces that I got extra that I probably didn't need, but I got them just in case. So anyway, here's all the parts, and let's pull all these things out and take a look and see what we got. So here's all our parts. The very first thing that we look at is this is the Arduino, and you ask, what is this? Well, this is what runs everything. I don't know anything about these Arduinos, and so I looked it up to even see what it is. I knew it was kind of like a microcontroller. And it says Arduino is an open source platform used for building electronic projects. Arduino consists of both a physical programmable circuit board, often referred to as a microcontroller, and a piece of software, or IDE, integrated development environment, that runs on your computer, used to write and upload computer code to the physical board. So what does that mean? I have no flipping clue what it means. So all I know is if we assemble all this stuff the way the instructions tell us to, then we'll have a 4-channel prop controller. If we wire it all up and it doesn't work, then I'm going to have no clue as to what's wrong with it, other than if I solder something to the wrong thing. So anyway, that's what runs the thing. We got our relay board. We got some wires. This is our PIR, or that's the motion sensor. This little tiny guy is the MP3 player. We got some pins. We got a tiny little SD card for I don't know if that's for the code or for just the audio or what. Some other connector things. I don't know what they're called. They're called something. This is a button controller for manually programming the controller. We got a power supply, wall wart for powering the Arduino, and then I bought another power supply. This will be for any 12-volt controller or prop that we're going to run. So that's basically it. So let's get into the instructions and see where we need to start. So one thing it said was if you're a noob around the Arduinos, it says use an Uno. Which is what I ended up getting. So why we need an Uno over the Nano, I have no idea what the difference is. So this is what I got. Now, looking here, it says the first thing that you need to do is you need to upload the firmware. I don't even know what a firmware is, but I've already done this. I didn't record it because I had issues with my computer recognizing this to download the drivers and everything. So anyway, we got that figured out, and let's see, where was it? Uploading firmware. There's a document strictly for uploading the firmware and what you need to do that. So anyway, I think I got it. I think I got the firmware uploaded onto this thing. So I guess we're on to wiring this thing up. Now, it said if you're a noob to get the Uno. However, when it goes to wiring it, the only documentation I found, or that is there, is how to wire up the Nano. So I asked the question on the hot forum, and Mike got right back to me right away. Basically, you wire it up the exact same way. It's just the pin placement on this compared to what's on the screen is just, they're going to be in different places. So someone was nice enough to post up an image of the pinout of the Nano. Where'd it go? The pinout of the Nano, which I printed out, and if you see my notes there, I listed where the different pins that I need to use. So I think we're all set. I think I got what wires need to go where. I got wires, and yeah, I think we're ready to start soldering this thing. So right off the bat, one thing that's going my way, this Uno has already got these connector things. I don't know what they're called, but they have them. So all I have to do is just pop off some of these and, you know, just use the pin outs that I need, and then pull some of these wires off, and then they'll just plug right in. So several of these wires here, like any of them along here, I don't think I'm going to have to solder. The only things I'm going to have to solder, it looks like, are these two right here, which, if I remember right, go to the yeah, the trigger right there. So this may be a lot quicker than what we thought. So let's give us a whirl. So I need 3 5-volts. I got one already right here, but the other two, it looks like I need to get into these down here. So it looks like ground 5-volt, ground 5-volt, ground. So these are ground, these are 5-volt. So I need to put 2 pins right here to gain access to 2 of the 5-volts. So I got one for the MP3, one for the relay board, one for the PIR. So piece of cake. Where'd that go? Shit. So I cut a couple of these things off, and they fit really nicely in these holes, so I don't even have to hold it in place or anything. So all I got to do is just solder these on the back side. And for grounds, I need one for the relay, one for the MP3, one for the PIR. I got a ground, and a ground. So that might be the only soldering we might have to do. So it turns out these pins, they're long on one side and short on the other. Well, with these connectors on, this needs a long end to plug into here and needs a long end to plug into the wire. So I am going to have to solder all these guys. So I think I got all my pins soldered in place that I need. On the relay board, it already has the pin outs on here, so I don't need to do anything to that. PIR, the same way. We got pins there. The button banger here has this cable on it. And when I looked up the instructions, it looks like we need a couple of resistors to put in line on a couple of the wires. I don't have those resistors, so for now we're just going to leave off this manual push button off. We can still program it with the computer somehow. But yeah, I think that's all the soldering we need to do. So now we just got to, it's just a matter of wiring it all up. One thing I just realized, if this is for a trigger, and this is a PIR, which is also a trigger, what, why am I hooking up two? Maybe this is just for a regular switch or trigger, and this is how you go about wiring up a PIR. I'm a little bit confused about that, because why wouldn't this hook into this and then have the third wire, which I'm not sure what it would be, like because you got your ground, your out, and yeah, that, I don't know. Let's do what they say. Now we got to figure out where everything goes. Alright, that should be it. I think we got everything hooked up right. Now all we have to do is read the instructions and plug it in. See what we get. Alright, so let's give this thing a whirl. So we uploaded the firmware before we ever started this. We made it down to this point. Connect the upload initial config and test sequence. Now that we have firmware loaded and have returned to the main window, we are ready to connect the Arduino and upload config settings and test a sequence. So I guess we're going to plug this thing in and hope we don't get smoke. Okay. Oh, I have to open up the program. Oh, here we go. That's what we're looking for. 1. Select the serial communication tab. 2. Click the USB icon to connect to the Arduino. Okay. Serial. Pick a port. Oh, okay. I don't have a port. Alright, so I'm going back to the process of uploading the firmware. This is where I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so I went back through the process of installing the driver and everything, and so now I think we are on the right track. So let me double check something real quick here. Which one we want to do? Wiring directly to the Arduino, yes. 1.2. Okay. Thank you. All right. Looks like we did okay. All right, we're going to come back to this a little bit. All right, so we reinstalled the firmware. I thought I had it done before, but for whatever reason, it looked like it wasn't there. So anyway, let's go back to what we were about to do, and that was what, test the do this the test sequence. Let's see, am I on the right? No. Yeah, this one. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So we got that. So serial port, and then the USB. There, now it shows up. Okay, good. Okay. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to plug back in all my grounds on everything. Shoot. Not gonna. Alright. I'm going to unplug this and do that again. PIR found, so that's good. Ready. That's a good sign. Alright. Minimize this. Controller builder, blah blah blah. From the toolbar at the top of the serial communication tab, click the Upload All selection. Okay. Okay. PIR ready. That's good. Next. After a successful upload, you should see something like this. Do we see something like that? Yeah. Okay. Alright. Now we can perform a test trigger of the loaded sequence directly from the PC. Click the following menu choices. Trigger sequence. After doing so, you should see a message in the window indicating that the sequence has been triggered. And you should see your relays banging out the test sequence. At this point, you will have successfully tested the primary functions of the new controller. Alright, let's give it a shot. Trigger sequence. Look at that. You see the lights going on the relay. Okay. Good. Now what? So far so good. Oh, audio setup. Once the above steps are complete, plug the USB adapter with your micro SD card into your PC. The what? If a Window Explorer window pops up, you can close it. Oh, you know what? I gotta find an adapter to plug this thing into. Okay. We'll be right back. Oh, look at that. So I just accidentally triggered the PIR. So if I put my finger here, or maybe it's got like a 10-second delay or something, maybe. Is that what the flashy light is? By the way, I don't have the wall wart plugged into it right now because it's getting its, oh, there it goes. It gets its power from the USB from right now. So, but once we, unplug it and use it as a standalone, then we'll need to use that. So anyway, I need to go find an adapter for the micro SD card. All right, so I actually did have an adapter for my SD card. So let's take this guy. Might have to format this thing, I don't know. Goes in like this. Okay. Put that in there. Okay. Let's see what it says to do. Once the above steps are complete, you plug the USB adapter with your micro SD card into your PC. If a Window Explorer window pops up, you can just close it. From the main window top tool menu bar, select the following: export audio, to SD card. Well, that's pretty fancy. Okay. Let's see what this says. Oh, this window will bring up the audio file copy window. Oh, destination drive. Select the destination drive, click transfer. Okay. We said it was the G drive. Transfer. Done. Okay. This utility will copy your ambient music MP3 file and scare MP3 file to the micro SD card. It will also remove any previous existing files on the card before processing or proceeding. So do not use a card that contains files that blah blah blah. When the files are copied, they will also be renamed to the proper name, converting to the MP3. Okay. How about that? After performing the above steps, click the cancel button to close the window. Back at the main form, click the USB icon again to disconnect the Arduino from. It should now look like this. Okay. Click. You should now be ready to set up and install an MP3 audio module. Unplug your USB cable. Oh, yeah, from the PC. Eject your SD card, blah blah blah. Install the SD card MP3 module. Connect the 5V. Ground X. Oh, okay. Oops. Wait till that's done. Okay. So there. Take this out. Here's the MP3 player. It's got a spot right here on the back. Just plugs into. Oh. And of course I don't have any type of speaker. I'm gonna have to go find one. Alright, so I found a speaker. Right there. Got an old computer one here. Alright. Reconnect the USB back to, okay. When the controller powers up, you should see the green light on the MP3 module. Yes, we do. You see that? Yeah. After a few seconds, it should begin to blink and you will hear the ambient music track. Okay. That was fucking loud. Oh, that scared the shit out of me. Okay. Whew. Alright. So yeah, that worked. After allowing the controller 40 seconds or so to fully initialize, you can either wave your hand from the PRR to trigger the scare sequence, which we did, which it obviously has like a delay. Carefully touch the two trigger pinpoints. So we should be able to take... Damn it, god damn it. The speaker's junk. So these are the triggers, so that we should be able to pop these two together. Oh, it's got a delay still, I think. There. How about that? It worked. Alright, so we did the jumper. Oh, yeah. So to give it a rating on difficulty, you know, 1 being easy, 10 being difficult, I'm going to say this was, I'll give it a 4. It didn't take long to assemble. Like I said, the whole getting it to recognize the ports and all that stuff, that was the biggest thing. I'm pretty sure now that it's all set up that it'll work every time. Of course, have to test this out in the field and see how well they work. So, you know, for the amount of money I have in it, I would say it's very much worth it. You know, if you got to sit down and make it. If you're not comfortable with soldering and stuff like that, then I would still, you know, look at buying a pre-assembled prop controller. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with this thing. I can't wait to, you know, run a little test sequence and see how it does. So, Got any questions? Put them down in the comments down below. I'll put a link to this website, the Button Banger, and also put a link to the Haunt Forum thread, which had a whole bunch of questions and stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and let's go build something else. One very important thing that I forgot to mention, on the Button Banger website, way down at the bottom, is a link to a PayPal donation button. Mike put a whole lot of time and effort into this thing and building the website, and working out all the bugs and to make this controller. So the least we could do is kick him back a couple dollars if you do decide to build one of these. For a prop controller that's $20, maybe $30. In the long run, it's gonna save you a whole lot of money, as opposed to buying a $100, $150 prop controllers. So the least we could do is send him some money for his time and efforts. And thank you, Mike, for doing all this. Really appreciate it, and I really love it, and can't wait to play with it. So thanks.